Hello and welcome to Wales Today. Our main stories tonight. It's a great legacy of the Polish community in Wrexham. A former military hospital gifted to refugees after the Second World War is remembered.
If you wanted to have a bath, you would have to book the bathroom, and my mother would go in, run the bath, I'd have a bath, then my brother would get in, then my mother, then my father.
More than 100 people have attended a reunion of the Polish community, which settled in a Wrexham village after the Second World War. A former US military hospital in Penley was gifted to Polish refugees in 1946. An exhibition at Wrexham Museum reunited many former residents and their families, as Matthew Richards reports.
At its peak in the 1960s, Penley's Polish hospital site was home to 2,000 patients, staff and their families, the biggest community of its kind outside Poland. This footage of the day-to-day hustle and bustle was captured by the sons of one of its medical directors. They were among more than 100 people brought together by an exhibition at Wrexham Museum to share their memories.
The people, our parents, had lost a lot in terms of their homeland, and many of them had come from Eastern Europe, from the eastern part of Poland, which they couldn't really go back to their homeland. And so here they were able to practice their language and their traditions in an environment where they could also see hope for their children.
The former US Army hospital was gifted to the Polish in 1946, and it became a haven and a home, which, though it closed in 2002, lives on in the generations who've continued to live in and around Wrexham. Despite its humble facilities, the hospital is still fondly remembered.
We were just like a big family. And to think, you had to share a bathroom. If you wanted to have a bath, you would have to book the bathroom. And, my mother would go in, run the bath, I'd have a bath, then my brother would get in, then my mother, then my father. It's things like that I think today's generation wouldn't have a clue or even believe.
Much of the site has now been redeveloped, but a few original buildings remain. Those who grew up here are fighting to preserve what's left to keep this little corner of Poland in Wales.
And that is Wales Today. I'll be back after the 10 o'clock news. Until then, thank you very much for watching and have a great evening.